Alright, it's been 2 weeks. If you complain about spoilers, you can kick a landmine. The Warframe is here, and the crowd goes mild. A greatsword with a pretty substantial bump over its original counterpart with more damage, more status, a higher multiplier, but unfortunately comes with the caveat of being a heavy blade. A weapon type that has notoriously struggled in the recent meta due to poor speed, really weak stances, and flat out just better options existing. But saying a melee in Warframe is bad is like saying there is a bad Vince Gilligan show. You just need to put in a little bit more effort with Warframe ability subsumes, or, let's be real, influence. I fucking hate this thing. But the issue here isn't that the war is slow, or lacks a good stance, or that there are better alternatives. It's that it's boring. The worst offense of all, you are boring! A weapon with as much history and significance as the war should have had a little bit more fanfare, but the Prime was haphazardly thrown into the Jade Constellation shop with a lazy connection to the plot, and doesn't really do anything outside of swish swish swish. No passive to make it stand out from the other 12 gorillion melee, no silly slams, no funny bounces, no wacky kablooies, you just swing. It would be disingenuous to call it mastery fodder like much of the community, but to say that I'm anything other than disappointed would be a lie. Melee in Warframe is already pretty stale for 90% of our arsenal, so I just basically use it as a stat stick at this point for parkour speed and light crowd control. The only melee that really piques my interest are the ones that offer more than being a beat stick. As a reluctant ghoul-saw enjoyer, I would rather take a garbage but fun weapon over some meta slop that just does damage. And in an update where we got the Pride and Wrath, two of the most John Warframe melee for yet another class of weapons with the 9/11 of stances, well, let's just say I'm seeing triplets here. Well, how would you fix it, Mr. Funny Man? Giving it Tau damage would be the easy fix, but it would also be a very boring fix. So how about we try stacking Tau damage with heavy attack kills, similarly to how the Pennant and its attack speed passive works. Maybe kills on Xmas units have a small chance of forming a sentient core that restores energy, much like the ones you would see on Lua. Maybe with Hunhao's new role as the Peacekeeper, finisher attacks from the War Prime create a zone where projectiles are less likely to hit you, much like the mod EMP Aura. There are plenty of ways to make this thing more interesting. Literally anything. TLDR, if you want to use it, then use it. It might not be the Cronus, but it's also not the Glaive Prime. Fingers crossed for the return of the Kellistar.
That, holy fuck, better batteries.
I can't get it.
The fuck's a nook?
Are you okay?
Big clam!